Children, this is the fourth video, application of derivative chapter. Now we are going to start the topic local maxima, local minima, absolute maxima, absolute minima. So what is all this absolute minima, maximum? Suppose we are drawing any curve. Suppose this is a curve. Curve is moving, sometimes high up, then goes down, then moves up and down, then up, like this. So this, if we see that in this curve, from this place to this place, this is the highest position. So this is the highest position. So, and this is the lowest position. So this is called the absolute maxima and this is called the absolute minima. Now what comes local maxima and local minima? Suppose I am saying that from this position to this position, means if we see the curve from this position and to this position only, we can see that this is the highest value and this is the lowest value. So this is called local maxima and this is called local minima. Though it is also absolute minima also, but this also becomes the local minima, and this is local maxima, but originally this is absolute maxima. So from this position to this position, whatever is the highest position is the local maxima, and whatever is the lowest position between that range is local minima. So let us discuss first how to find the absolute maxima and minima. The procedure says that the function, whatever function means whatever equation is given to you, that should be differentiable. The steps we have to follow: first see that it is differentiable or not. First we have to see differentiability, then move on to the first point. What we have to do? Put the differentiated equation equal to 0. Clear? So by doing that, we get the turning points. What are turning points? Wherever this curve turns, this again turns. So this is turning point, this is turning point, this is turning point, this is turning point, this, and if it moves further, so these are all the turning points. This. Wherever the curves move in the opposite direction is called the turning point, and that turning point can only be local maxima, local minima, or absolute maxima or absolute minima, because it is turning on the other direction. So if it is moving down, this can be the highest position. It is moving up, this can be the lowest position. This can be the highest position. So we have to check the turning, we have to take out the turning points. How to take out the turning point? By putting f dash x equal to 0. By putting f dash x equal to 0, whatever other turning points, we have to check whether at those places the value is highest or lowest. Practically, what is, suppose this is the absolute maxima, so value of x, this is this point, this value of x will be the point, maximum point, or the point of maxima. And if we take out the value of y at this point, this will be the maximum value. Same way, this will be the point of minima, and whatever is the value of y, that will be the minimum value. So let us see with the help of example. Find the absolute maxima and the absolute minimum values of the following function in the indicated interval. It is asked that indicated interval. Suppose this is the function. This is the function. This is the diagram of, suppose, this function. Suppose we have to check the absolute maxima and minimum value in this interval from 1 to 5, from x equals to 1 to x equals to 5. First step, put f dash x equals 0, f dash x equals to 0. What is f dash x? Fx is this, so differentiate this value. 2x cube becomes 3x, this 6, 3 to the 6, 6x square, 15 to the 30, x plus 36. 1 is differentiation of 1 is 0. Put this value equals to 0. Now take out 6 as common and differentiate. We get x equals to 2 and 3. So these two are called the critical points or turning points. Turning points, critical points or stationary points. All three terms are of same value. So this is the turning point, critical point, whatever you want to say. So we have to check whether this, we have got the turning point, we have got this turning point, we have got this turning point, we have got this turning point, this and this. Now which one is the maximum value of y? So we have to put these two turning points and the end points which is given to you. You have to check at these four values, at 2, 1, 5, 2 and 3. So 1, 5, 2 and 3 by putting these values in the original equation. So put x equals to 2 in this equation, we are getting 29. X equals to 3 in this equation, we are getting 28. X equals to 1 in this equation, 24. X equals to 5 in this equation, we are getting 56. Now out of these values, we have to see which one is the maximum value. 56 is the value of y is 56. This is the maximum value out of these four values. So this is the maximum value and the point of maxima is 5. And out of these four values, this is the minimum value. So this is the minimum value, and against it x equals to 1 is there. So this is x equals to 1 is the point of minima. Now let's discuss how to find the local maxima and local minima, and this is the important part. This is the important variety. This is dealing with exercise 7.7. How to find the local maxima. Till now we have discussed how to find the absolute. Now how to find the local maxima and local minima. For that, the first step remains the same. First step was f dash x equals to 0 and find the values of x. In that case, we were just finding the value of x and putting it in the original equation. Whatever is the greatest value is the maximum value, and whatever is the smallest value is the minimum value. But now the second step changes. First step is same as of absolute and as of local maxima and minima. Put f dash x equals to 0 and find x. Now take out f double dash x and put those values of x in the equation f double dash x. If that, on putting that value of x in f double dash x, if the value of the equation is greater than 0, then that is the case of local minima. Remember, this is the reverse case. If it is greater than 0, then is the case of minima. If would have been less than 0, suppose minus 15, minus 2, minus 4, minus 7, less than 0, whatever value should be less than 0, then it would have been the case of maxima. This value is reverse. Remember this thing. Normally we do wrong on this step. So f double dash x greater than 0, then that is the case of local maxima, and if double dash x is less than 0, that is the case of local maxima. And if it is equal to 0, then we have to calculate f triple dash x, means differentiate once more, and definitely it will be coming f triple dash x on calculating will not be equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, then that is the case of inflection. Now what is case of inflection? Suppose any turning point we have got, and on drawing the tangent cuts the graph or crosses the curve, then that will be neither case of maxima nor minima, because it has not turned. It tends to turn, but it has not turned, so the tangent drawn at that point will be the case of point of inflection. neither maxima nor minima. Let us discuss with the help of example. Suppose this is the function. First step, f dash x equals to 0. We have put 3x square minus 3 plus 0. Differentiating this, we have got, take out 3 as a common. Factorize this, x plus 1, x minus 1. So we have got two values, x equals to, what are they? They are called the turning points. Put these values in f double dash x. Now double differentiate this value. Double differentiate this value. This becomes 6x minus 0. So f double dash x is 6x. Put these values in double differentiated value. Put these values of x in double differentiated value. So putting x equals to 1, we are getting 6 into 1. 6. This is what? See, this is greater than 0. So this is the case of local minima at x equals to 1. On putting x equals to minus 1 in 6x, 6 into minus 1, this is less than 0. Whatever value we have to see whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. So if it is less than 0, this is the case of local maxima. So now we have got the point of minima and point of maxima. So what will be the maximum minimum value? As in the previous question, absolute maxima minima case, put these values, point of minima, point of maxima, in the original value. X cube minus 3x plus 3. Put this value minus 1 here. This is the value we have got. This is the local maximum value. Same way, put x equals to 1 in the original equation. So we have got 1. So this is the local minimum value. Last exercise we will be doing in the next lecture.